Hello and welcome to my channel, Talisman Tarot. In this reading I want to ask the cards and spirit directly through channeling about your career in the next 6 months, what's going to happen in your career, and I have 5 groups here that you can choose from. This will be group number 1, this will be group number 2, this will be group number 3, this will be group number 4, and this will be group number 5. And so I will ask you to use your intuition and choose the group that speaks to you the most, the group that catches your eye, and that group will be your group. And if you need more time, you can pause the video. But if you don't, then don't pause the video. And yeah, when you have figured out which group is your group, you can go to the timestamps, the description box below. In the description box there are timestamps that you can find, where you can find the group that belongs to you and the timestamp that belongs to you, and so that's all. I'll just start the reading now, and we will see each other in that reading. And hello, group number 1. You chose this tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling and then I will shuffle the cards for you. Group number 1. So group number 1, Spirit, can you answer this question for the people who will choose group number 1? What's going to happen in group number 1's career in the next 6 months? In the next 6 months, what's going to happen in group number 1's career? Okay, so I'm sensing that there's something about babies. That was something that came very clearly, came through. And I don't know if you work with children. If you do, then I think you are on the right path, and the next 6 months are gonna be about taking care of children, or maybe you will get a job where you have to take care of children. But it seems like your career is gonna be filled with children, taking care of children. I'm also getting that maybe for some of you, you could be pregnant, so maybe that is gonna determine your career in the next 6 months. But of course that's specific information for a few of you, so not for all of you. So but there's also something like maybe you will have a business idea coming into your life in the next 6 months that might have something to do with making content to children, where children are your primary audience. So something about children and babies. I'm also getting that you could be doing something in the next 6 months that you really wanted to do when you were a child. Maybe a childhood dream that you might have kind of lost track of in your adult life. Maybe you will revive that idea in the next 6 months. But let's see what the cards have to say about your career in the next 6 months. What's going to happen in group number 1's career in the next 6 months? What's going to happen in group number 1's career in the next 6 months? I'm also getting something about music. Maybe teaching children music, or making music for children, or something like that. Teaching, maybe figuring out that you want to be a teacher, and then maybe you are studying to become a teacher, and this might be a sign that you're on the right path. So I am also getting, okay, with these 2 cards here, there's definitely something about Nordic, Norse mythology. Could be that in the next 6 months you will do something that has to do with Norse mythology, or mythology in general. Something about maybe teaching mythology to children, or maybe using Norse mythology as like a way to teach something, like if you make a YouTube channel or something, or if you're thinking about making a YouTube channel where you want to teach children something difficult, or like talk about difficult topics with children, then maybe you will have some kind of idea to maybe use some of the characters from Norse mythology to kind of to narrate the teachings, like have have Thor teach children about how difficult a divorce is, and what things like teaching children how to deal or cope with difficult life life occurrences, things that happen in their life, and have some kind of character like Thor or Odin or someone from Norse mythology or another mythology have used that character to be the one narrating the teachings. So that, like wearing a costume, like doing cosplay, but using the cosplay to somehow get through to children. This is all, I know this is very specific for a few of you, and some of you might be thinking like, what the hell is she talking about? And that's okay, but it is something quite specific for some of you, so I'm gonna say it, but I'm also getting that, like, I think you are gonna figure out in the next 6 months, you're gonna figure out some kind of innovative way to somehow get through to children or a younger audience by maybe playing a role, or I am getting that some of you should be either doing content on YouTube or TikTok or something like that, but towards a younger audience for some reason. Maybe also doing getting a job where you have to wear a costume at your workplace, like a hospital clown, or something like where you're a mascot, but also just something where you're in cosplay, doing a job in full cosplay, or and this could also be good, like if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, it might be a good thing to find some way to mask yourself with a costume so that it doesn't feel so so scary to kind of go through that privacy barrier that you might have. Like you might not want to put your face on the internet, but you might still have some great ideas for content that you want to share with people, but you are thinking of ways to do it where you mask your face, and maybe dressing up like a character, maybe even a character from Marvels or DC, have that sort of thing. It doesn't have to be like a mythology or gods or something like that. It could be like wearing a Batman costume or something. And have that like a gimmick, like Batman teaching children how to cope with their grandmother dying or something, and then do the voice, and even though it sounds super silly saying it out loud, then still it might just be so out there that it actually lands, like the joke actually lands, and it might not even be a joke, but it actually might just be, there might just be some success in something that random, and it could also just be very funny. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be I don't know, but this is very specific, of course, but yeah, that was something that came through. But I also just think most of you have a very beautiful way of connecting with children, and I think it would be a shame not to use that as a career path, because it seems like something you're very, like, almost destined to do, because you can talk to children in a way where, like, it captivates them. It seems like it also soothes them, like it. So, and of course, it doesn't have to be on the internet. It could just be like working as a teacher, getting through to your students, and working as a kindergarten teacher, getting through to the young children, babies, toddlers, like. But yeah, I'm sensing that the next 6 months, I think you are going to be working with children in one way or the other. And if you are pregnant, it is also your work. Like, that is, like, if that's the, like, if that is the thing, then, like, that is also a full-time job to create life within your body. So yeah, with there is with this card here, like, I think you are sitting on an idea. There seems to be an idea brewing in your mind, and I think the next 6 months are gonna it's gonna get you closer to that idea. It's like, also with the volcano erupting in the background, it seems like something has been brewing for a long time. There has been a lot of shakes, a lot of, like, a lot of tension. And I think in the next 6 months, the tension is going to be relieved, and, like, there is going to be something that's going to come out of this long period of tension. And I think that the last 6 months or the last years in your life might have been quite tense. Like, there's been a lot of tension inside your career. Like, you haven't been certain where your career is going. There might have been a lot of uncertainties, a lot of questions. You have had to ask yourself, like, what do you want to do? Is this the right path? Is that the right path? Also, maybe other people have been maybe asking you these questions as well. Like, it seems like there's just been a lot of tension when it comes to career. Like, it might have also gotten to the point where, like, it's been, like, your career has been this tense thing for such a long time. People have been asking you questions, and people have been like you have been asking yourself questions, but it's mostly like people maybe being in your ear about, like, trying to kind of push you to make decisions, and maybe even make decisions prematurely without really knowing what you wanted to do, but you felt like kind of pressured into just making a decision. And so maybe you have kind of gotten to the point where career might have a negative connotation for you, like it's something that that you associate with a lot of negativity, a lot of tension, a lot of like insecurities, like you might feel uncomfortable just talking about career. It might cause you to and thinking about career, like in general, it might cause you some tension, like feeling like you don't know where you belong, you don't know what job fits you, but I think like in the next 6 months, it seems like you're gonna kind of you're gonna get some kind of sense of relief from this tension that you have felt for a long time. It's like you're gonna know a bit more like what the right path is for you, like, and it's like it's gonna be more settled, like you're gonna feel more confident talking to other people about it. You're gonna be feeling like you actually have an answer when people ask you about your career. Like it seems like the next 6 months, like something is going to change. Like it's going to flip around. You're going to feel different about your career, and you're going to be more proud of what you do. It's like you're going to feel like you know where your talents lie, and you know that they likely are within the field of caring for children or teaching children or making content towards children. So it's like I think you are going to kind of become more certain in the next 6 months that is your path, that is what you're good at, that's what you're better at than most other people, that is something you can do and that you are brilliant at doing, and you're going to be more proud of it, proud of telling people that this is your path and this is what you're good at. So I'm also getting something about maybe thinking about, like, for some of you, you might have been thinking about writing a children's book or a comic book or something like that. And maybe in the next 6 months, you're gonna figure out a way to actually make that happen, or find out that it's not completely out of reach, that there are ways to kind of do that without having to know a lot about different like design programs or something like that. It might actually be more accessible to the average human, and that maybe you will figure out that it's not that difficult to do. Maybe you have had this feeling that it was out of reach because it seemed like something only people with lots of like talents towards drawing and stuff like that could do. Like, and so I am getting also that like imagination and fun is gonna be a big turning point in your career. Also, like figuring out that you can actually have fun with your career. Like you can actually do something that makes you happy, something where you can use your imagination where you can actually like where you can create and be creative and do it for a living. And I think that is going to be a big turning point in your life. Yeah, I think you will also, like, there's something in the next 6 months. It just seems like something is gonna, like some kind of idea will come up in your mind, and it's gonna be an original idea, something new and exciting, something you will search the internet and you will realize that nobody else has done it before, and so I think that will kind of excite you to know that you're doing that you're gonna do something that is very like one of a kind, like very authentically you, not something where you will be copying other people, but something where you will do something that might even trend, like become a trend for others to follow, like something where people will follow your, like, not that people will steal your idea, but I think you might start something that other people, like, where all other people will hop on the train and do the same thing, but you will be the one doing it first, I think. But it's gonna like create a chain where it seems like people are gonna look at that idea and want to copy what you're doing. So yeah. Yes, I think that's all I have for you. Group number 1. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 2. You chose this Thoth tarot deck, and it's Aleister Crowley's tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling and then I will shuffle the cards for you. Group number 2. Okay. Sorry, what the hell was that? Okay, that's the beginning, I guess. That's the beginning of the reading. Something is up here, like that. This is taking me by storm. Like that. This is another energy right here. Like, what's going on for you, group number 2? So something definitely needs to be dropped in your career, I think. There might be something that you are doing, group number 2, in terms of career, that might be something you need to let go of. So you might have, maybe you are in, like, maybe you're studying, or maybe you are like working somewhere, but it seems like you might know that it's not really leading anywhere. Like, it's not what you want to be doing. Like, and I think the cards might agree with you on that. That maybe you need to do something completely different than what you're doing right now. But I'm gonna do some channeling now. So group number two, the people who will choose group number 2, Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 2? What's gonna happen in group number 2's career in the next 6 months? I'm getting that. Okay, this is a bit of a specific message for some of you, but I was getting the sentence, stop what you're doing. So that kind of is very like in tune with the rest of what I've been saying. But also, I got that you need to move on from the daddy issues. And sometimes, yes, sometimes when I do the channeling, it's kind of brutally honest, or kind of like I get some like, and I'm just sensing that maybe some of you, like, it's not that you have daddy issues, but it seems like your career might be quite determined by either you wanting to impress your dad, or you want to rebel against your dad. So it kind of can be both things, but it seems like the cards might be saying that you need to find, like, not the cards, but the channeling, sorry, I'm all over the place. It seems like this, like I have this strong urge to just, like, stop the reading and start over because everything has gone completely wrong, like from the get-go, and of course it's uncomfortable to kind of put that out there where you are supposed, like, I'm supposed to be this professional reader doing like a professional thing, like professional service to you guys. So like posting something that's imperfect is of course uncomfortable, but it seems like this might be the message here, that first of all, something came through about you, like stop, that you should stop wanting to impress your parents, but also that there might have been a lot of things in your career going wrong. Like, and sometimes when everything goes wrong in your career, it might be a sign that you're doing the wrong thing. Like, I think you might have gotten a lot of these hints from the universe telling you that you should do something else. Maybe you are very drawn to a different path, and maybe you have been drawn to this path for a long time. Like, maybe you see a lot of signs, like you might get ads for that specific career path, or you might stumble upon things that seem uncanny. Like, it seems like too much of a it couldn't be a coincidence. Like, maybe, for instance, like if you have been wanting to be a tarot reader for a long time, for instance, you might have like been blocking that side of your brain that keeps pulling you that way. You might have been blocking that, and then you might have kept seeing signs, like maybe you went for a walk out in the city, and maybe you went to a park, and like right there on the like in the grass, like somewhere in the park, you might have seen like a tarot card, like a random tarot card lying around, and like it might have been such a coincidental thing where it just seemed like so random that like why was it there? Did someone put it there? Did someone lose it? What was the deal with that card just randomly appearing there in front of you? And there might have been more things like that where it just seems like the universe is like trying to get your attention and trying to tell you that this is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to do this thing that you're currently doing, where you might be like in school studying something that will make your parents proud, like, or something like that. You're supposed to do the thing that you're being pulled towards in some way. And I think the reason why, like, I am sensing that, like, you might have had like many setbacks, like in what you're currently doing, like in your job or in your education. Like if you are studying something, then you might have like misplaced your books and couldn't find them. Like your bag might have gone missing in your school, and or like those things where like it seems like what's it called, elves or something has been like at play. Like it seems like something outerworldly or otherworldly has kind of been like misplacing your things, like and like blocking you, gotten in your way. Maybe you had a deadline for like a school assignment, and you couldn't, like maybe something happened like the day of the deadline that made it impossible for you to actually hand in the assignment. Maybe your internet, like maybe there was a blackout, maybe your internet didn't work, or like something, like it seems like everything might have been going south, and like maybe this is a sign, like maybe all these things are signs that you are supposed to do something else, and maybe you already know that, but you keep wanting to stay on track because maybe you feel like that's what you're supposed to do, like what you're meant to do, and maybe you also feel like you're gonna regret it in the future if you don't get an education now or something like that, that it's gonna be one of those things that you're gonna look back on and think that you like and maybe beat yourself up about it in the future. But I don't think you will, because I think it seems like your path is part of something bigger, and I think you're gonna see that in the future, that it's like that the conventional way would never have been right for you. But I'm gonna shuffle some of these cards here to see what they have to say about your career in the next. Also, the thing I was rambling about before about like me wanting to kind of start the reading over because everything has gone wrong. That might also be something you, like maybe some of you have some perfectionism, like you might be perfectionist and you might want everything to be perfect, and you might, that might be also something that scares you to go and do the thing that you really want to do. Maybe if you want to be a tarot reader, you might feel like you have to know everything before you start, and that is very far from the truth. I don't know everything, obviously. I'm not the most skilled tarot reader out there. Probably not in the top 100, really. Like it's not, but it's not about that. It's sometimes it's not about being good or being bad. Like it's not about experience. Like experience can get in your way, especially as a tarot reader. Like there's that is a problem, actually, that and like in every other field you get better over time, but when you are a tarot reader you don't necessarily get better. You get more, of course, more experience, and you read the cards more more skillfully, and you get more associations to every card because you've read the card so many times that like you kind of know the card very well, and like you have all these stories behind every card, and it kind of makes the reading more alive, and but does it make it more like does it like sometimes sometimes a fresh tarot reader, someone who hasn't been reading for that many years, they look at a card and they look at the card with completely fresh eyes, and sometimes there is a lack of bias, and sometimes the lack of bias can actually be good in a reading. I would like to be able to see a card for the first time and like just see it with fresh eyes for the first time. Because the thing there is something about the first impression that sometimes get lost over time when you've been reading for 10 plus years. Then you kind of have it gets so dense and I don't know, but so if you are not if you are inexperienced or haven't been reading for that many years, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be your actual superpower in all of this. It could be what actually helps your career, that you have these fresh eyes and that you can look at the tarot cards with complete unbiasedness or whatever. And so go for it. Don't feel like you have to know everything. Don't feel like everything has to be perfect and professional, because it doesn't have to be. And so, yeah, I would definitely, recommend that you, if you want to be a tarot reader, go for it. And also, put when you make your channel, put the name of the channel in the comment section, and I will look at it and subscribe to your channel, and then I could be your first subscriber, and I would very much like to do that, by the way. And of course, if you have a channel right now, like share it. Feel free to share it. I would love to take a look at it, and yeah, but that's another thing. Sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna shuffle and see what the cards have to say about the next 6 months in your career, group number 2. Group number 2's next 6 months in their career. Okay, well, okay. So the Aeon, that is judgment. And I think your career, like you need to make a decision to follow, to either go with, it just seems like in the next 6 months, everything is determined by a decision that you need to make. Like you need to make the decision to either stay on this path that you're not really that passionate about, but you want, like if you really want to do it because you want to, like if you're really afraid that you're gonna regret not getting an education in the future, like you're gonna get an education at some point, but like you might regret that you're gonna do it too late or something. But I don't think you, like maybe you will have some regrets. We all do have, like we will always have that small regret that we didn't just do everything by the book, and so I don't think we can actually get rid of that feeling. But I don't think it's going to be so consuming that you might think it's going to be. Like it's not going to be like life is not like like most decisions. Like it feels like it's like life or death. It feels like it's so important to make the right decision, but really, it's not really that serious. Things are usually just gonna, like if you make the wrong decision, it's usually not gonna be that big of a deal. Like if you postpone your education and choose to do a passion project right now, then what's going to happen is you're going to postpone your education and do that passion project. That's like, and then like you're going to do, like maybe you're going to do well and you're going to have success with it, and that's going to be great, and maybe you're going to want to keep doing it for the next few years, and it's going to be great. Maybe you are going to realize that it's not that fun, or it's not as like it's not what you wanted it to be. If you realize that after a few months doing it, then no harm has been done. Like it's not then you just then you've just postponed your education for a little while, and it's not that big of a deal. Like things have a way of just like things that are gonna get tangled, and then they are gonna get detangled, and things that are like sometimes like yeah, it's like life is like a big like Christmas light string thing, where like it's all like it's always gonna get tangled every year, and then you get it detangled, and then you put it around the tree, and it's very, very beautiful and very like. But of course, it is going to get tangled again next year. And that also might be something that is part of life, especially maybe for you, that I'm sensing that maybe you have had like these cycles the past many years where it's like clockwork. Once every year, it seems like everything just gets really overwhelming and really like tangled together, and everything seems like you can't find the end, and like you keep like, so you might have like some of you might be suffering from periodic depression or seasonal depression. And so you might have these cycles where like sometimes you get these spikes of inspiration where you're like really determined and motivated to do something, and then you might lose interest as you go into the darker months of the year, and like something like that, I don't know. And so it might not be, I know that like most of you probably don't like medicine, like chemical medicine. You're probably all like in the alternative medicine things like that healing things with herbs and stuff like that, and I get that, it's fine, but I'm just gonna say it like that maybe some of you could benefit from some medicinal help when you get down, like when the depression comes, and it might not like you might not have to do it like all year. It might just be something where you can take something that kind of takes the edge off in those months where you tend to always get kind of discouraged and overwhelmed and feel like everything just is like everything is difficult and everything is I don't know. This reading took a bit of a turn, but I'm just saying that there might be something you could take that could take the edge off. But of course, like we are like periodic depression. Like if you look at it from a holistic view, it could also be just the body and the mind and whatever, the soul, and trying to tell you that you're not on the right path. That of course we get depressed when we are not happy with what we are doing, and so maybe doing something that you're actually passionate about could maybe relieve this depression by itself, but just by finding your passion, finding what makes you happy, instead of getting happiness in pill form. But again, there's no shame in kind of taking advantage of some of the big breakthroughs that have been done in the medicinal world, and sometimes I know it seems very experimental, like people like the medicinal field seems very very experimental. Like they don't know what the long-term effects of these medications have, and they have a bad rep, I know, and but I am sensing that there could be something that could help you in the medicinal world, something not permanent, something temporary. And of course all doctors say that, and then you end up on antidepressants for 40 years, and I know, and that is but you can take it for a shorter amount of time, shorter period of time. I keep saying amount of time. It doesn't seem like it doesn't really matter, but it's just something I need to relearn, that I should stop saying that. But I think, but that could also be a thing. Like sometimes we need to relearn how to be happy. Like sometimes medication can help us with that. It doesn't have to be permanent, because sometimes we just have to, especially if you have dealt with depression for most of your life, you might have come to the point now where you don't even know what happiness is or what it feels like to be actually happy. And when we don't know, it's hard to get there. It's hard to find happiness when we have lost track of the concept, what it feels like to be happy. And so having some kind of medication that, of course, in a false way, but tricks the brain into making us feel that way again, so that now we know what it feels like. So if we stop taking the medication, then we know what to strive for, then we have that guideline, we have the lighthouse kind of, like we have a recollection of that feeling, and having that recollection of the feeling can help us try to get to the feeling again, or replicate the feeling, because it's hard to replicate a feeling that we don't remember, like when we don't remember how it feels, like and we can sort of mimic happiness if we have a more fresh recollection of what it is. If that makes sense. It might not, but yeah, maybe medication could help, but mostly I just think it is important that you ask yourself what's going to make you happy in terms of career. Like choosing, especially if you have dealt with depression and anxiety and stuff like that your whole life, and it's maybe really important, maybe even more so than others, for you to find the path that's gonna make you happy, or make you something that resembles happiness. Like not going for something like becoming a lawyer. Maybe that would make you happy, but maybe it's more so one of those dreams that your parents have for you, and maybe it won't make you happy. And if you have the sense that or have a feeling that it's not going to make you happy, then maybe it's important for you to see if you can get some kind of ray of sunshine into your life by finding that passion and finding a way to actually, I think you have the passion, like the passion is there. It just seems like it might be something you don't want to, it's like you don't want to pursue your passion. And it might be because, like, not because I want to psychoanalyze you, and sorry if it feels that way, but it seems like for some of you, you might have some kind of negative association to happiness, like it's something you don't deserve, or maybe this is something that happened for some of you in your childhood. If this is annoying you that I talk about things like that you can just stop the reading. I think you have gotten what you wanted out of it. But I'm just gonna say this because I feel like it's important for some of you. Maybe something happened in your childhood that made you kind of block the happiness. Like maybe you felt ashamed of your happiness. Like for instance, you could have grown up in a household that was kind of depressing, or you might have had a depressed parent that suffered from very heavy depression, and maybe you felt like you couldn't be happy around that parent because you felt like you weren't, like that would have, maybe you felt like that would be insensitive to that parent if you openly was happy and smiling, like that you might have felt like you had to always be like kind of sad so that you could kind of be on the same level energy wise as your parent or something. Or maybe you had a sick sibling or something, and so it just felt like it wasn't, like you felt like it was insensitive or wrong or embarrassing even if you were smiling and being goofy and happy while your family was being sad. And so maybe some of you have kind of gotten to the point where happiness is something you have a very, like, it's very easy for you to just block it from your life and kind of put it out on a distance because it's something you have been accustomed to, like it's blocking it, putting it on a distance. And maybe you have even felt like a bit embarrassed at some points where you might have been laughing and having a good time in some scenario in your childhood, and your parents or one of your parents or someone came to you and maybe said, "How dare you be happy when things are like they are? Like, how dare you smile and laugh and have a good time?" And so maybe someone made you feel ashamed of your happiness, and so maybe it's something that's blocked. So now you feel like you don't deserve being happy. You don't deserve to do something as your career path that will make you happy and make you smiley and make you laugh, and you might feel like you have to do something that's sad, like being a therapist or a lawyer or someone where it's where you're supposed to always be like serious or have this professionalism, always kind of I don't know, but maybe you have, like, maybe the next 6 months, it might be good for you to try to find back to the happiness, see if you can reconcile with it, kind of get back to it, like, and see if the happiness maybe the happiness will lead you to the right path. And yeah, with the universe, I think like this is the world. I think this is a card that kind of just says what I said in the beginning. I think the universe has been telling you things. I think the universe has been trying to communicate with you, trying to send you signs, trying to get you to some point of revelation by showing you these things, maybe numbers, maybe ads, maybe weird things like finding tarot cards out in a public park, or even finding, like, I found my first tarot deck in a thrift shop, and it was the Yolanda tarot deck. It's a deck I use a lot because it was my first one, and my mother had a tarot deck that was the Waite, the more normal tarot deck. She had that one, and I used that in my childhood and in my teenage years, but I never had, like, up until I found the Yolanda tarot deck in that thrift shop, I hadn't had my own tarot deck. But that was a sign. I feel like that finding that in I've never found a tarot deck in a thrift shop ever. Since then, that and I go to thrift shops a lot all the time. So, but that has never happened again. And it's kind of weird that it's the Yolanda deck that is very, very rare and kind of pricey. Like, it's very hard to get. So it was that must have been a sign in some way, to find something so rare in just a thrift shop. And like I got it for like nothing. Like I paid like a dollar for it, like in Danish crowns, but like about the same as a dollar. So it's like, that was very, very lucky. But that's not what this is about. And I don't even know if you pronounce it Yolanda or Jolanda. I don't know. I've never. I don't expect other people to know that either. So I'm not going to be embarrassed if I've been saying it wrong for all these years. But yeah. My point is that I think the universe has been telling you that you need to do something, and I think in the next 6 months it's going to keep doing that. And I think you need to pay attention to the signs coming in, showing you the way, because I think you will be shown the way in the next 6 months. It's going to be quite obvious for you what your path should be. And also with the universe also being the world, I think the world is your oyster. Don't think you have any limitations, because you can do anything. It's not about that. Like, you could do anything. There really are no paths that you cannot choose. So don't limit yourself. Don't feel like you're not good enough for something that you really want to be doing. Like, just go for it. So yeah, that's all I have for you, group number 2. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And yeah, have a great day, have a blessed day, and bye. Hello, group number 3. You chose this Rota Mundi tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So yeah, group number 3, the people who will choose group number 3. Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 3? What is their career gonna be like in the next 6 months? What's group number 3's career going to be like in the next 6 months? Okay, so I got, sorry, but I got the words clearly coming in. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will not hurt me, or whatever, how you say that. And so the next 6 months for you, group number 3, there might happen something in your career where you might get some criticism, or some constructive criticism or constructive feedback, but maybe it's not going to be completely constructive though, because it's like that's not what this idiom is about. It's so it's, there might be, like, of course, when we are doing the right, like when we are on our path, doing our thing, when we get some success in our career, haters are gonna follow. And you can't really get success in your career without some haters too. Like, that's kind of the name of the game. Every time we get some fame or something, there will be people out there with an opinion of us, or feeling a bit jealous, or feeling like it's their job or their place to somehow bring people down who have some success. I don't know. So I'm getting like some of you might, like, there might be a small thing that's gonna like kind of hurt your feelings, but I don't feel like it's not gonna have that big of an effect, because it's like the idea is also saying like that it can't hurt you. It can only hurt you if you let it. Idiom, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I don't even know if you could call that an idiom. But yes, you can. I guess you can. But I am getting that it's all like, even though this will hurt your feelings, it seems like it shouldn't, because like you shouldn't let it hurt your feelings, because it's a sign that you are on the right path. It's a sign that you dare to put yourself out there. And I think in the next 6 months, like, you are gonna dare to put yourself out there, and you're gonna get good things and you're gonna get some bad too. And you're gonna get a lot of people who will follow you and be very proud of you also. I feel like a lot of people will be proud of you in the next 6 months, because I think you are going to achieve something quite great in the next 6 months. Like if you are working on something right now, that something is very likely gonna be good. It's gonna have a good outcome. It's gonna like you're gonna get some recognition for it. But with recognition also comes some people who feel entitled to bring you down because they actually would want to take your place. Like they would want it to be them up on the podium instead of you. Like they would want to be in your place. And so they, like some people, if they feel like they can't get success by using their talents, by using their skills and by practicing and training hard, if they feel like they can't get the recognition that they want naturally, the only way to get it is by eliminating the competition and kind of putting everybody down so that they can shine. And so I feel like it's more about them than it is about you. And even though I feel like it's gonna sting a bit, but it's also gonna, like, you're gonna know. I feel like you're gonna know that like it's not real. Like they are not truly putting you down because of something you lack or something you are not good at, or because of lack of talent. It's because of their lack of talent, not yours. It's not. So it's. But I am sensing that some kind of criticism is gonna kind of come in the next 6 months, and I think it's gonna feel a bit discouraging in the beginning, but I think you have the right mindset, and you're gonna forget about it like afterwards. Like it's not gonna stick. It's not gonna be something that's gonna determine your career. Like you're gonna just leave it. It's not. So, but it seems like your career, like there is gonna happen something quite amazing in the next 6 months. I'm gonna shuffle the cards and find out what it is. So with the King of Cups, I think that's gonna happen something. This also says, like up here, it says Collegium Fraternitatis. Sorry, I didn't pronounce that very well, but so there's gonna be something about like if you are studying, if you're in the university, it's very likely gonna, like something is gonna happen within your education, like some kind of recognition. Possibly someone is gonna recognize you, like a teacher, could be someone who could be a male, so a King of Cups, could be a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Could be either a teacher or a professor or someone high in the hierarchy, someone with some reputation or some like, and this person might give you some kind of this person might mention you, or mention some kind of, not a report, but some kind of thing that you have done within your education. They might mention it in front of some people, or they might kind of praise you in front of people, or mention your name, or something like that. And I think this might make some people jealous, might make people feel like why are you getting this? Why are you getting a shout out when they are not, or something? There could also be something about a shout out, like if you have if this is not about education, but if you have a career with something to do with social media, you might get a shout out from someone who is higher up in the hierarchy, and this might really give you some recognition within your field, and maybe kind of put your career kind of like it might make a turn in your career where it will suddenly get you might get more views, more followers very suddenly because of this shout out, and some people might look at that and feel like it's like it's unfair, or so there might be something like that, some people getting jealous. And so if they see you kind of getting this boost, they might go to the keyboard and want to make some make the comment section a war zone where they will be writing a bunch of bad reviews or bad comments or something, just because they don't really, because they feel threatened or feel like it's kind of a very low energy vibe, and it's so easy to hate on this person, get really mad at this person, but sometimes we just have to just look at them and think this is a low life type of person. They have nothing else to do all day than being a hater on the internet, and they must live a very, very poor life, they must not have a lot of good things happening in their life if they feel like that is something they want to spend their time on. So it's sad. It's feel bad for this person, and instead of maybe if they start, if you have a YouTube channel and someone starts commenting a lot of bullshit, and it's obvious that they are just hating, and they might make different YouTube accounts with different names, but I think it will be quite obvious that it's the same person, because the person writes in the same way in all of the comments, and so it will be very easy for you to see, oh, this is just someone trying to hex you, and this is someone trying to really, really putting in effort into trying to eliminate this great thing that's happening in your career. Try to I don't know what they get out of it though, but of course we never really know with all these internet trolls and haters, and we don't really know like it's hard to sympathize, it's hard to really understand what's going through their mind when they do something like that, but it's usually just bound in some jealousy, feeling like maybe also some frustration. If you have some kind of very intimate YouTube channel or an intimate Instagram account or something like that, and this person is a follower of you, seeing you shoot for the stars might actually make this person frustrated to kind of lose the intimacy that they were getting. Maybe they felt like back when your channel or Instagram account was like just a few hundred people, then it was more intimate, a more intimate experience where they felt like they could comment on your content and you would give them attention, like personal attention, and maybe they got a bit addicted to this personal attention, and so seeing you suddenly rise in subscriber numbers or followers might have made them worried that they will lose the intimacy, and so they might have, I don't know, but I'm talking about this is in past tense, even though it's going to happen in the next 6 months, but it's just like it's so like you know when but maybe this also has been happening for maybe it is happening right now too, like but I think in the next 6 months, like instead of kind of going ballistic on this person and kind of like maybe you will feel the urge to kind of call them out on their bullshit and kind of and say a bunch of things to them too, that because you will be hurt and so you will want to hurt them too. But maybe instead of doing that, maybe just delete the comments, because this person is searching for the intimacy. They are searching for the personal attention, and if you are like, and they were getting good personal attention before, that was more positive, but when they lost that, they might have thought, oh, the only way I can get this attention again is to do it in a negative way, and so they might have switched their strategy into a more negative, evil one, and feeding the troll will just make them continue on doing it, like continue commenting the nasty things. So just deleting those comments will just be a better solution to it. I don't know. It's very specific. Maybe it's just for a few of you, but this was just something coming in. So if you don't have like a social media account or like an Instagram or YouTube or something like that, this could also be a person like in your school, or like someone who is your, like maybe your classmate or your study buddy or something like that, and maybe you have been studying with this person for a few years or maybe a few months or something, and maybe you are very close to this person, and so maybe if you have gotten some kind of recognition in your education, it might not be like they might have been kind of negative about it and not really cheering you up and not really praising you, but kind of putting you down for it instead of lifting you up. And it might not be because of jealousy, they would want that to happen to them. Like, it's not envy, but more that they are afraid maybe of losing you. Like, that if you get too much recognition in your education, you might stop being their study buddy, because then you might go out and start studying with some of the elites, or and maybe that you will outgrow them, that you will someday realize that they are that they are blocking you, that they are the thing that is keeping you down and keeping you from achieving the big things that you can achieve. Like, maybe feeling like you will realize at some point that you're better than them and that you don't need them anymore. And then that might be more the sentiment here. So I feel like there will be something here where the next 6 months are gonna be filled with good things, triumph, success, beautiful new achievements, but with it will also come some kind of complicated relationships with people, like people starting to maybe see you in a different light, or feel like they have to put you down in order for you to, like, in order to keep you, like, in order to keep you as a friend or as a study buddy or as whatever it could be, like, that they cannot rise to your level, so they have to kind of put you down to their level. So more that kind of energy, and it could be someone who's a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Doesn't have to be though. But I'm gonna shuffle and see if there's like one more card here. So yeah, with a Hierophant, I think, yeah, you're definitely gonna get some recognition by someone higher. Like I feel like it could be a teacher. Or a priest. I know, like with a Hierophant, like being, but it's a bit of maybe a too obvious, like too direct. But also with this card here, it's actually interesting because it says, like you can see here, that the traits of this card is actually jealousy, and I didn't know that was a word that anybody would put to the Hierophant. But of course, I wouldn't have expected that actually, but it makes sense in this reading that there is some jealousy out there, or something that appears to be jealousy. Again, it is more jealousy in the right sense, because yes, jealousy is kind of, isn't jealousy the fear of like envy is when you envy is when you want something that someone else has, and jealousy is when you're afraid of losing something that you already have to someone else. Or like if you're jealous that your boyfriend is cheating on you, then it's because you're afraid of losing that boyfriend to someone else. So that is the jealousy part, and the envy is where you want something that someone else has. And so it is more jealousy here, that it's this fear. It's not the envy. It's not that they feel like your career is so amazing and they want to be you. maybe also that, because I said that in the beginning, and I think some of it is also that, but it's more that they are afraid of losing you to your success. If you get too much success, they might lose you as a friend, or you might stop paying attention to them. You might look down on them, and so it might be more that kind of energy that some people around you are gonna be a bit afraid that you're gonna get too much success in your career, because they are afraid of losing you. And that is kind of like, it's a sweet thing in a way. Like, of course it's not sweet if they make a bunch of YouTube accounts with troll names and start trolling your comment section with a lot of hate comments. That's not sweet, but I don't know, like it's like people are complicated. People do complicated things. Sometimes people do things that are ludicrous, and they know that they are. Like they know that it's insane, but they do it anyways because they feel desperate, or because they somehow feel like it's the only way, or yeah. So, but it definitely seems like there's a good omen here for your career. Like, it seems like something good is gonna happen. You're gonna get some some kind of sudden success. Like, it's gonna feel like there's gonna be a sudden boost in your career, and so good things are gonna happen in your career in the next 6 months. So you can look forward to that. But also be watchful of the people who rely on you, because they can try to get in the way because of their feelings of being threatened, or that they feel like they are losing you. Like that, yeah. But that's my that's my conclusion to it all, I think. And yeah, that's all I have for you. Group number 3, I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 4. You chose this Inner Child Tarot deck. And I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle the cards for you. Group number 4. So I'm gonna do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 4, the people who will choose group number 4? What's gonna happen in group number 4's career? In the next 6 months, what's going to happen in the next 6 months for group number 4 in their career? Okay, so I heard the song, sorry, the battery is like, yeah, the song, Raindrops Are Falling on Your Head. Sorry, I can't sing, I know, but that came through. So I feel like the next 4 months are like, it's a jolly song. Like, it's like it's up, like it's very like happy, and so it's a fun song, it's a happy song, but of course it's about raindrops, rain. So, and rain, of course, like rain can be good, rain can be nice when it comes when it's been a dry when you've had a dry few months, then rain is like a godsend. But of course, rain also has like a slightly negative connotation to it, so I feel like there is an ambivalence here. The next 6 months, it's gonna, I feel like there's gonna be good times, fun times in your career. Certain things are gonna make you happy. You're gonna do some things in your career that's gonna make you happy. I'm also getting a bit of like the energy that you have to be you have to create your own luck. That luck is not gonna you are the architect of your own life, sort of energy, that what you put into it is gonna, it's gonna be, the next 6 months are gonna be determined by what you put into your career. If you take chances with your career, if you do something bold and fun and fascinating, if you go with your passion and dare to do something a bit different, something original, I think you are up for a treat, something very interesting, something like your. But there could also be something a bit resembling rain, but just raindrops, not a full-on shower of rain, but more some small things here and there that are not gonna be that fun. But all in all, I think the next 6 months are gonna be smooth. There's gonna be smooth sailing. It's not. There's not going to be a storm coming, and so there's calm waters in the horizon, I feel like, in the next 6 months. And also it seems like if you have had a dry period, if that resonates with you, if the past 6 months have been kind of dry, you haven't had a lot of work to do, your career might have been a bit on a standstill. If that resonates with you, then I think the next 6 months, you're gonna have a lot more work. It's gonna be maybe not a lot more, but there's gonna be more of it. Also, I don't think you're gonna, I think you're gonna be quite content with it. You're gonna be happy with the amount of work that you're gonna have the next 6 months. It's not gonna be too much. It's not gonna be too little. It's gonna be like the Goldilocks, the completely right amount of work. You're not gonna get stressed out, and you're not gonna get bored. And so yeah, I'm gonna shuffle these cards and see what they have to say about the next 6 months for you. Group number 4. So with the Seeker of Crystals, so I think think the next 6 months, like it's more gonna be a time where maybe it won't be like overly filled with career stuff. Like career might not be your biggest priority in the next 6 months. I think you might be focusing more on your mental health. Maybe I'm also sensing that for some of you, you might have applied for time off work or time off from your school or something like that. And you might have you might have put in some kind of request for that, and I think that request it seems like it's very possible if you have applied for that. It's very possible that you're gonna get it, like that you're gonna get some time off where you can focus on just getting better, focus on your mental health. And maybe also your health in general. Maybe some of you have some kind of chronic illness or something like that, and maybe you have a bit of a flare-up in your disease right now. And so maybe the next 6 months are just gonna be a bit slow. Like I don't think, but it seems like it's not like you're not gonna be doing anything. Like you're gonna be doing something that is gonna help your career in the long run. It seems that way, at least. Like I think you are gonna have your own projects going on. And so I think it's gonna be nice that you have a bit of like some time off so that you can focus on building something, maybe something sustainable, something that you can actually maybe see yourself work with in the future. So I think this time off is actually gonna be very beneficial for you. It's like as a seeker of crystals, I think you are gonna be seeking like what the thing that is gonna make you money in the future, and you're gonna use the next 6 months to do that. So and also with these birds here, putting on a crown on this lion here, like maybe I feel like there's gonna be some kind of like these are also doves, so like it's like kind of a peace offering, maybe also something where someone is going to offer something to you, maybe not a peace offering in that sense, but like offering you some peace and quiet, like that in that sort of sense, and so I think you will be offered some peace, some calm, some time to meditate, some time to find yourself, some time to focus on yourself. And I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good for you to have this time. So yeah. And I think maybe like I think you are. I think these 6 months, like, I think you are gonna have a good time. Like, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be happy. It's gonna be uplifting. You're gonna have more time to do the things that you love and that makes you happy and makes you feel good, and maybe also with the inner child tarot deck, that maybe you will have some time in the next 6 months to kind of reconnect with your inner child, find back to the fun spirit that you had as a child, that you might have lost in your adult years, because everything gets so serious sometimes, and like maybe getting back to like a more pure state of mind before it was before life kind of got in the way. I don't know. Could also be something about like focusing on your sobriety. Maybe for some of you, you might have been struggling with that, and so maybe the next 6 months are gonna be the months where you kind of get that on, get that handled, and that will also have a good effect on your future career, to kind of get all these blockages out of the way. So yeah, I think the next 6 months are gonna be wholesome. They are gonna be there are also gonna be some small triumphs, and I say small, and it's not because I'm trying to belittle them. They are gonna be big steps, but like they are gonna be, and I think it's very important in the next 6 months to not belittle them, like not make them smaller or make them seem smaller. Like I think you are gonna have victories over some areas of your life, like if you're battling with sobriety, like take all the triumphs, all the small victories, and celebrate them as if they are big victories. Like celebrate every step of the way. Celebrate the small things in life. Make sure to not take those things for granted. Really make something special out of it, and have a party. Like don't feel like if you have been sober for a month, don't feel embarrassed or ashamed to want to have a party celebrating that, because it is a cause of celebration. It is something that, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to celebrate those things. And yeah, I feel like have a, like, be in also I feel like in the next 6 months, be in touch with your family. Have them come over and celebrate things with you. If something happens, maybe if I feel like in the next 6 months, I think you might have some kind of entrepreneurial or like some kind of business that you do on, maybe self-owned business or something creative that you do. Maybe you do some artwork and maybe you sell some artwork online or something. And if you get a customer in your business and sell some of your artwork to that customer, don't feel ashamed of wanting to celebrate that. Like, that's a big thing. And call your family to tell them about it, and tell them about it proudly. Don't share your victories. with the people around you, because I think they want to celebrate it with you. They want to be a part of it, and they would just be happy to be included in it, I feel like. So yeah, I think the next 6 months are going to be wholesome, nice times, relaxed. I think you could get into meditation or something in the next 6 months that is going to be very good for you. And with the 5 of Wands, this card, usually it is about some battle, but this card is actually kind of beautiful because it is a bit of a negative card in many of the other decks, but in this deck it's actually very beautiful. And so maybe you will be battling something in the next 6 months, maybe sobriety, maybe an addiction, like maybe not battling sobriety, but battling an addiction to become sober, or battling an illness or a chronic illness or something that has been like, but maybe in the next 6 months, this battle is going to turn into something more beautiful, something where even though it's a battle, there's going to come some beautiful things out of it. Like, it's like you're going to find some beauty within it. Maybe you will connect with some like-minded people who are struggling with the same thing as you, and maybe find some kind of community through this battle. And so maybe it will actually, maybe in the next 6 months, it's actually gonna help you. Or maybe you're gonna find some kind of career path within it, like find out that maybe you can use this battle that you are battling, like use it to kind of make a career out of it, like helping others who, like by consulting, like having some kind of consulting firm, or work as a therapist, or maybe it will give you an idea to kind of find a way to take your experiences and help others who are experiencing the same by sharing your stories and sharing the way that you found out how to cope with it, like your tools, the tools that you figured out for yourself that worked for you. And maybe by sharing those, you can help a lot of people, but maybe also make some kind of career path out of it. I don't know. Maybe by making like some kind of blog or a YouTube channel or something where you share your stories, share your experiences, to kind of make people realize that they are not alone in this, that people are going through the same, and maybe you will help a lot of people through that, and then also maybe get some ad revenue or something, but still, like, I think mostly it will be about helping, feeling like you're actually doing like making a difference, and that your experiences, as harsh and difficult as they were, can actually be turned into something beautiful and fruitful and helpful to others, where you can nourish and care for others and heal others by sharing your stories that were difficult for you, but in that battle is the beauty. So yeah, but that's all I have for you. Group number 4. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want a personal reading, check the description box below for more information on how to get one, and have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 5. You chose this Rider-Waite tarot deck, and this is the giant Rider-Waite tarot deck. It's really, really big, and this might say a bit about your personality. Group number 5, you might have a larger than life personality, and maybe it also says something about your career in the next 6 months, that it is going to possibly be larger than life. There might be some exciting things happening in the next 6 months for you, but I'm gonna do some channeling first, and then I'm gonna shuffle the cards for you, group number 5. So I'm gonna do the channeling now. So Spirit, what's gonna happen for group number 5, the people who will choose group number 5? What's gonna happen in the next 6 months for group number 5? In their career in the next 6 months, in group number 5's career. It seems like you are currently on a career path that seems to be the right one for you. It seems like you have found your calling in life. And so I think the next 6 months, it's just like, it's just gonna be about staying on track, not losing sight of the goal, not getting discouraged, believe in yourself in the next 6 months, believe that you are on the right path, believe that this is your calling and this is what you are supposed to do, and believe that you can do it. You have the talents and the skills to do it. So if you just keep on, I think there are gonna be good things coming your way in the next 6 months. Yeah. I'm also getting something about taking the training wheels off. Like maybe some of you have kind of been relying heavily on something, like relying on something like bowling with those barriers, like the bars that like you can either bowl like the adult way, like, or you can have the children's bars there. And I feel like maybe, like, I'm not saying that you are using those bars, but it seems like for some of you, you might be afraid of taking that step and go do your thing on your own without relying on something to kind of soften the blow if something goes wrong. You might have some kind of safety blanket that you are a bit addicted to, and maybe getting rid of that safety blanket is going to be the challenge in the next 6 months, is to kind of find a way to rely on just yourself, being like that you don't need anything in order to make you better. Like this could also be like some kind of performance drug, like feeling like you can't go to exams without taking a beta blocker before, or feeling like you can't talk in front of an audience without beta blockers, or without some kind of thing to that makes it easier to do. So that you might have something that you rely on, and that you feel like you can't do your job without it, because you perform better when you use it. And so you might be scared that if you stop using it, your success is gonna be decreased, or something like that. I don't know exactly the what's like. It doesn't have to be something like that. I'm just getting that you have some kind of safety blanket, something that you feel like you can't get rid of because it makes you feel like comfortable. I don't know. So yeah, these cards are gonna be really hard to shuffle, because I don't know if I can actually put my hands around them, but I can try to do this, I guess. This is not ideal, it doesn't look very good, but it is what it is. But does it look professional? Maybe not. But okay, so the Emperor and the Empress. So you could maybe there is something in your career where you also rely on another person a lot. Like maybe you have a partner, maybe you do your work with a partner, and maybe you rely really heavily on that partner for comfort, for like it might just be very comfortable to have them around, and it might make you feel very bare or naked when you don't have them around, and it might, like the next 6 months might be a time for you where you might have to find your own path, find out how to do things alone, without relying on another person, without having someone to lean on, someone being your rock, but finding a way to do things on your own. Because I think you can, and I think you could get a lot of success in your career if you found out a way to blossom on your own, and start your own thing that is completely yours. And also to find a way to kind of do things without having something to increase your, like a performance drug, or something that makes you comfortable, something that makes you feel like you're doing things in a better way, or that you feel like something is helping you become the best version of yourself, and not using it would make you a less good version of yourself, like that. But I think you are like I think you might have to realize in the next 6 months that you are enough on your own. Like you don't need anyone or anything, because your talent and skills and personality is enough the way that it is, without anything changing it, or without having someone there also, like, you know. Also, these cards are like, they also represent maybe your mother and your father. So maybe there might also be something about relying on your parents, feeling like you need to be on good terms with your parents if your career should turn south. Like, that it's good to be on good speaking terms with your parents, like if you would have to need some help from them in the future or something. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think your career is going to be fine, but you might always have that in the back end of your mind. You might always think like you have to be on good terms with them if something should happen. If everything goes south, if hell breaks loose, then it's good to be on speaking terms with them. But maybe it's not. Maybe you're not getting a lot of good out of that relationship. Maybe it is time to kind of put them on the shelf a bit for now, so that, sorry, the battery was, I had to push a button on the screen, sorry. But yeah, maybe you rely a bit too, like, you might not get a lot of good things out of this relationship with your parents. You might feel like you have to do things their way in order to uphold this relationship with them. Like, in order to be on good speaking terms with them, you have to kind of, you have to do things that make them proud, or that they agree on, or like it kind of comes with a price, maybe. Maybe you feel like it's not really like, and like if you feel that way, if this is kind of like unconditional love you're getting from your parents, and maybe you have always had a bit of a difficult relationship with your parents because they always only accepted you if you did what they wanted you to do, like that they would kind of reject you whenever you kind of did something opposite, or rebelled in a small way, or just wanted to do your own thing. And so there might be some kind of complicated things going on with your parents, with your relationship with your parents, and maybe it's time to kind of say fuck it. Like, don't do what they want you to do, like, just because you want that safety of them being there. Find some friends that can provide you with the same kind of safety, or find a partner, or like just someone else in life that can kind of give you that sense of safety and protection if everything goes south, because I don't think you're getting a lot from this arrangement with your parents. It seems like they are just trying to get in your head, make you do what they want you to do, and maybe not talking, like, maybe it's not good for you to talk too much about your career with them, because it's not giving you that positive confidence boost that it should be. Like they are not cheering you on in the way that they should be doing, and so it's constantly a disappointment. And so taking that disappointment out of your life might actually help you kind of become the best version of yourself, become this confident person that doesn't care what anybody thinks, who just follows the beat of their own drum. And I think you can do that, become that person. I think you can follow the beat of your own drum. You can you are you are strong-minded, but it seems like when you talk to your parents, it's like that strong-mindedness, that strong will that you have, it kind of gets softened out. Like you get kind of soft, and it kind of gets easy for them to kind of talk you out of doing what you actually want to do. Even though in all of your other relationships and friendships, you're very good at like being stubborn and stand your ground, but they might have a bad effect on you, and so maybe it wouldn't be so bad to kind of put them on the shelf a bit and not ask them for advice, not getting them involved in your career, not telling them about your projects and ideas and stuff like that, kind of keeping it to yourself until you finish it, and then maybe you can show the finished product to your parents. But until then, it might be safer to just put them out of the equation and just keep them out of it. Because they will probably just have an opinion and say like, oh, maybe do this instead, or like that's not a good idea. Like they are more critical, like they have that more, like they seem to be better at finding flaws in what you do instead of like praising it and finding the good things. Like they seem to have more of a negative view in general, like a more pessimistic view on life in general, like and maybe it's just not good to get them involved in anything that has to do with career. Maybe also because they have a bit of an old school view on career. Like they when they think of career, they think of something like getting an education and then getting a job, like if at some kind of firm, or like they might have they might not see the many other options there are to have different careers, and in this day and age, you have just more options to do other things. Like you don't have to become a lawyer or a doctor. Like you can choose something else. Like, but your parents might have a bit of a limited view where they feel like there are only maybe 5 career paths that exist in the world. Like they can only see 5, like doctor, lawyer, teacher, or like businessman, or something like it's very limited. Like it's like they only see this. And with businessman, I mean like someone with a suitcase going to like a work at some kind of office doing whatever. Like it's not like someone like you who maybe wants, like I'm sensing that some of you might want to make your own business, and so you might want to become a businessman in some way, but it's not the right type for your parents. Like your parents see it as like someone with a briefcase in a suit going to work in an office, and not something where you can work from home or something like that, because that makes no sense to them, or something. Like it's like they might just have like these stereotypes that they think of when they think of career, and if you don't follow one of those stereotypes, like if you don't become one of these stereotypes, it's not good enough. And so it's very limited. It seems like a very limited view on life, and so being around this kind of energy might just not be good for you. It might not give you the inspiration that you need to go out and do your thing and thrive in your thing. And but yeah, I'm gonna shuffle some more cards about the next 6 months for you. Group number 5, the next 6 months in your career. With the world here, it seems like the world is your oyster. Like the world is very open to you. You have a lot of opportunities, and in the next 6 months, you're gonna have like you're gonna have options. Like doors are gonna open for you, and it's just about having the courage to actually walk in those walk through those doors, like daring to take a chance on something, and daring to be you, daring to be the authentic you, the naked you, not feeling like you have to have some kind of mask on to kind of play some kind of role in life, but actually have some kind of job where you can be your authentic self without having to act in a certain way or pretend to be something you're not. So yeah. But yeah, I think the overall energy here for you is that I feel like the next 6 months are gonna be good. You will have good things. You will have some wins, like some victories, some triumphs, and some opportunities, possibly like within, like, but it's opportunities within your current path. Because I feel like even though you might be thinking about like doing the right thing, going with whatever your parents want you to do, like follow a different path to become something else, but I feel like most of you have already decided to do something else. It seems like you are in the beginning stages of doing your own thing, becoming your authentic self, and maybe not in the beginning stages, maybe you are further along than that, but I think you are becoming who you want to be, and you are on the right path. I think you have had some brilliant ideas, and you have been thinking about like how to materialize those ideas, and maybe you have already done that. And so you have already done something, and you're already doing things that are gonna benefit your career in the future. So you have already made a lot of steps towards becoming like, I want to say famous. I don't know why. That was something that came through. It seems like you are maybe on a path to some kind of recognition, and I think the next 6 months it's more about kind of daring to to go and keep doing and keep doing what you're doing without letting people around you get in your head about it. It's all about not getting discouraged by people having opinions and having a lot of advice for you. Like, stop listening to people's advice. Follow your own advice, like your own, what your intuition is telling you to do. And I think like it's like, I feel like the next 6 months, you might not get famous in the next 6 months, but you will be very much on the way to that, if that is your goal. For instance, if your goal is to get some kind of following or something like that, I think the next 6 months are going to be crucial. But maybe like, well, things don't happen overnight. Like, things have to kind of like, sometimes we need to wait for things to materialize, like and manifest, and like, but I think like the next 6 months, like, it's gonna be it's gonna be good months for your development, for your, like, finding yourself, finding out who you are, what you want to send out to the world, what you want to be remembered for, and I think the next 6 months are going to be crucial for that. But there might be some kind of battle for you to kind of find a way to keep your authenticity, even though people around you are trying to kind of rob you from it, like take it away from you. So yeah. But you are very original, and you have a very original mind. You can think outside the box, and you have great ideas, and you have a great personality, and you just have to just put yourself out there, because I think it's gonna pay off. As long as you don't try to mask yourself, put everything out there. Don't try to pretend to be something you're not. Try to be as authentic as possible, because you are funny, you are charismatic, you are charming, and people like you for you. And when you try to be something you think people expect you to be, you lose the charm. Like, people, you have some kind of attractive energy to you that you just radiate naturally. So it's like, you don't have to do much in order for people to like you, and use your ability to kind of charm people. Like, you kind of might have a way to spellbind people, make people spellbound, and like captivate people, mesmerize in some way. And using that ability to your advantage could be very beneficial for your career. So yeah, but the next 6 months, it's like, it's good. I don't see anything negative happening, besides you kind of having to remove yourself from maybe some negativity from your family. But as soon as you do that, you're gonna be the world. Like, you're gonna be this very, very confident person, not ashamed of who you are, even though these people might try to make you ashamed of who you are, but like, don't let them be ashamed of them instead. Like, that's like, yeah, that's how it should be with parents. Like, it should be that the child should be embarrassed of their parents, not the other way around. So it's kind of like, and you can do that. I don't know. And I don't see, like, it's not embarrassment. It's more like, it's just like they don't see that you can do something different. Like, it's like they don't understand the concept of originality, being able to actually do something that's not a complete stereotype. It's very foreign to them for some reason. They might just be very, very stuck inside the box here. And I'm also getting with the thing, like with the thing I said in the beginning, if you are addicted to some kind of performance drug or something, like, not addicted, but if you rely on something to make you perform better in your career, I think it might be an illusion. I think because it's your authenticity that really captivates people, and it's not very authentic if it's increased by something artificial or not real, or I don't know. But so next 6 months, if you dare to be yourself and dare to do your thing and follow your intuition, and dare to take some risks in your career, then I think there's a lot of beautiful things happening, like a lot of good things. A lot of doors will open for you if you can reach that level of authenticity, which I think you can easily, because you are very authentic already. And that's what people don't like, seems like these two people, like the parents or your family or someone, like being a naysayer in your life. Because, of course, parents do not like their child to be authentic, because they want their child to be like them. Like, they want their child to mirror them and be a mini version of themselves. And so if the child is not like them, they want to kind of make the child be more like them. And so that kind of makes sense. But just remove yourself from that energy so that you can become the beautiful, authentic you. So yeah, but that's all I have for you. Group number 5. Thank you for watching. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye.